Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Elo and I'm a Nigerian living in the Netherlands. This is my little space on the internet. And though I've been MIA for a bit, welcome. Join the community. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, all of that good stuff. I like to hear from my audience. How are you guys doing? It's been a hot minute. What's going on? Where have you been, Elo? Good question. Very good question. Life has been doing what it wants. So much has happened. So this video is like a life update, chit chat, just bring you guys up to speed with what has been going on, where I've been, and all of that good stuff. So if this seems like something that you'll be interested in, I think you should be interested in it, because what are friends for, right? It's time to give you gist, so you better know. Catch me on the other side, okay? First things first. As you guys can see, my background looks different. So yeah, we've moved, and that is kind of what has been occupying my time this past few months, because this was a big move for us. And yeah, we're in a new space now, in a new city entirely. I left Rotterdam, guys. We left Rotterdam. So many emotions. Rotterdam will always be home. Rotterdam has been our home since we moved to the Netherlands. And leaving Rotterdam felt like I was leaving a part of my soul and my heart. It was so hard, guys. All my friends are in Rotterdam. I have made so many memories in Rotterdam. Rotterdam has been home for the past 2 years. And making the decision to leave Rotterdam was not something that we made very lightly. Long story short, we've left Zuid-Holland and we're now in the North Brabant. In plain English terms, we left the south of Holland or the Netherlands, and now we moved to the north of the Netherlands. And I know you guys are probably wondering, why the big change? You know the advice that I gave you people in my video talking about everything you should know when buying a house in the Netherlands? Yeah, I took my own advice. That advice was actually given to you guys based on my experience. So yeah, we're now homeowners in the Netherlands. Thanks to Jesus for that. We are grateful for how far he has brought us. Thankful for the opportunity to own a home in the Netherlands. And based on my advice, we had to expand our search outside of Rotterdam. We knew what we wanted. We knew what we were looking for in terms of like the size of the home, the environment, and all of that good stuff. And also we're trying to stick to a budget. And so while we were searching for homes, we had to expand our search outside of Rotterdam. In all honesty, we didn't even search for homes in Rotterdam, which is quite strange. I remember having this conversation with my husband a couple of weeks ago, like, why didn't we ever even search for homes in Rotterdam? But over the course of the time that we've been in the Netherlands, most people that we have spoken to about, just home ownership and just life with young kids, one advice was consistent, which is, if you can, raise your children in a village. And for me, it was like, a village? Why? I know the saying that it takes a village to raise kids, but the village is not like an actual place. It just signifies a community of people, right, that would impact your children. So when everyone was talking about, if you can raise your kids in a village, it wasn't really something that we took seriously. But while searching for homes here in the Netherlands, we actually wanted to live in Den Bosch, which is a big city in the North Brabant. We expanded our search to like a certain radius outside of Den Bosch, because we're also aware of, the scarcity of homes, the pricing, and, like I said, big city money. And even though we wanted the big city, we're not ready to spend big city money, because again, it's debt, and we're trying to minimize the debt that we were going to get into buying a home. So we looked outside of the big city, Den Bosch, but we stayed like close enough to Den Bosch. And during our search, we visited some really nice little villages around Den Bosch, and the idea started to really make sense. And eventually, we made an offer for our current home, and it was accepted. And yeah, that is how we are here in a village. So, how is it going so far, you might ask? We've been here for almost 2 months now. We moved at the end of April and it's now June. And so far, I really, really like it. It's a big change from Rotterdam. Rotterdam is big city, always buzzing, activities everywhere. But here, it's really quiet. It's it's forced us to take slow living a little bit more serious. The people here are so nice. I cannot even explain the niceness. You know, the kind of niceness that makes you feel like, oh my God, what's going on? I mean, I've met really nice people in Rotterdam, but it was not to this extent. I mean, you could be walking on the streets of in Rotterdam and nobody gives a flipping anything about you. Nobody cares. People would normally, if you make eye contact with someone, you go with the whole smile. But here, people go out of their way to say hello to you. Some of them walk up to you, introduce themselves to you because, again, we live in a village, in a really small village. And so almost everybody knows each other. Matter of fact, since the kids started school, I know most of the parents because we see each other every day. So it is that type of community where everybody will know you because you live there. At some point, you will cross paths with your neighbors, literally, no matter how far away they live. And so the people here have been so nice. My kids have been kids. I never really realized how much living in a big city impacted my children, like socially, and their ability to just be kids. Aside from the fact that we now have space for them to really play, we have a backyard. There's a playground like right across from our home, like right outside of our home. I can literally sit by the dining table and watch my kids play. And I've seen my kids just blossom in such an amazing way. In this really short time that we've been here, they've made friends. They've gone on play dates. Matter of fact, they go on play dates almost every other day, which is something that never happened in Rotterdam. The parents here are so nice. They are so accommodating. I remember the first time that my son went on a play date, I was really, really like worried because I didn't know the parent of this child. And my son walked up to me after school. I was like, oh, his friend has asked him to come to his house for a play date. And I'm like, okay, how does this work? So, the mom I spoke to, no, I think it was his dad the first time. We spoke to his dad, exchanged contacts, and was like, oh, yeah, he would text me the address or, their house. Like, again, it's a small community. So I knew it was really somewhere really close by. And we decided on the time for me to come pick him up. And yeah, that was it. Literally, he went, he had fun. And same thing for my daughter. My daughter, Nadine, didn't really have friends in her class in Rotterdam. She only had one friend. But here, I have watched her open up. The first time she brought a friend home, same shenanigans at school. Mommy, 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 I want this person to come to my house and play with me. And the mom was very chill about it. I was like, yeah, we walked home together, exchanged contacts. And, the kids went and they played. And I don't know. It just made me so happy. It still makes me so happy just watching my children blossom and just be kids. They are on the playground every day. They are doing the things that kids do, climbing trees, doing stuff, raising my blood pressure. But I love it. And I'm starting to now really see the what's it called? The credibility of that advice that we should raise our children in a village. So much story. I don't want to bore you guys with the details, but yeah, we now live in a really small community, a village that has just, changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I am so thankful for the privilege to be able to live this quality of life. We really slowed down. This place really encourages you to slow down. Yes, it doesn't come with a lot of the facilities of or convenience of a big city. Like there are no trams here. The closest train station is like a 10-minute drive. The bus comes once every hour, so it's not as fast paced as the big city as Rotterdam. But it has really encouraged me to slow down, to focus on what's important. We've been spending quality time as a family, playing together, just doing all the stuff. And, you know, the joy of also just owning our own home has been there. I am just humbled, to be honest. I'm just humbled by the blessings that God has blessed my family with. Owning a home was not something that I was actively thinking about 2 years ago. And to be here now is just humbling. And I'm so thankful for the blessings of God. So yeah, before I get all emotional, I start crying on the internet. That's what has been going on in my life lately. We're in a new space. I love my home. There's so many projects. Like, listen to me. Being a homeowner is not all fun and games. The fact that if something gets broken, you cannot call your landlord because you're not the landlord is wild. And there's just like, we don't have a lot of projects, nothing major. We didn't have to renovate anything. It's just been us putting our touches on the space to make it home. I uploaded a short yesterday with me putting wallpaper up in my living room. So it's just little tidbits, things like that, lighting, just making it look beautiful and making it feel like me, like us. And yeah, I just thought to give you guys an update because I know I promised at the beginning of this year that I was going to be more consistent on YouTube, but to be honest, uprooting our lives, settling. I hate packing. I hate moving, guys. I'm so sorry. I had to put that out there. It has been so stressful packing up and unpacking and just settling in. You know, we've had to get into a whole new routine, and all of that just took time. And I just decided to go with it, not put myself under pressure. I decided to, you know, take the pressure off myself, not expect myself to show up everywhere at maximum capacity. And so now we're starting to feel a bit more settled. I don't know how long it's going to take to fully settle in because, to be honest, I still have some stuff in boxes that I haven't figured out where to put them or stuff like that because, again, new space, new layout. I have to figure everything out. We have to agree on what goes where, this and that. So I'm taking it one day at a time, but I think I'm finally at a space where I am feeling more motivated to create content. I'm feeling open to, you know, just being creative again. And so, yeah, I thought to make this video just to give you guys a little update of what's been going on in the life. I don't want this video to be too long. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you have come this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Always thank you for just being here. I will see you guys in my next video. If you guys have anything that you want to that you want me to talk about or you want me to film any video ideas, drop them in the comments, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.